Okay. Hello, my name is Adam, and this is my MyPage video for Nueva. Now, when you see a mall rocket dart off into space at such high speeds, have you ever thought about what goes into such a small engine to provide that much thrust? Well, today I'll be showing you. But before we get into that, let me throw out the three things you need for a combustion reaction to occur. First thing you need, a fuel, the thing that will burn. Second thing you need, a source of ignition or some heat to get that fire going. The third thing you need is oxygen to keep that fire alive. Now, for our sugar-based rocket fuel today, our fuel will be some corn syrup and plain old white table sugar. Now, the corn syrup is mainly to prevent crystallization, so we end up with like a cookie dough substance instead of a brittle, hard caramel-like substance. But because it's also a sugar molecule and has a very similar chemical formula as our plain old white table sugar, it will also be acting as a fuel. Now, our oxidizer, this potassium nitrate, is supposed to supply oxygen so that the fire can keep on going and light the fuel. Uh, for our recipe today, we're going to be using 10 parts potassium nitrate, 5 parts sugar, and 2 parts corn syrup. So let's measure everything out. Okay. So we have our 50 grams of potassium nitrate. Let's just pour that in. We need 25 grams of sugar. So let's get that. Okay. 25 grams of sugar. Now, before I get the heat started, make sure you're wearing proper safety equipment. So I got my safety goggles right here, and then I also have my gloves, and we also have some fire extinguishers just in case anything does go bad. Now, while we wait for this to cook, let me tell you about why I took an interest in this project. Now, I found this project to be interesting because of how unique of an alternative it was to a store-bought rocket motor. You can make it just from a couple of simple ingredients, except maybe the potassium nitrate. You might have to go to like a hardware store, but just a couple of simple ingredients can make such a strong rocket fuel. I've tested it myself. I can for sure say that it works just as well as a rocket motor. Alright, now because it has become a lot more solid, we're gonna start testing it. And to test it, you just want to take a small chunk of it. Hold up. We get a small chunk of it, and remember this is still very hot. Ow. So make sure to be careful with it, and don't put it near the fire because it might be ready and it might ignite. So I'm gonna take this off the heat. And now to test it, after you have your little disc, you want to try to snap it in half, and you see how it bends there with a little bit of resistance. That's how we know it's not there yet, but it's getting there. What we're looking for is a nice, crisp, clean snap. So we'll try to get that. Since it's been cooking for a while, we're gonna let it in. Let me take it out, I guess. Now be careful with it because now it is finished. It is still very flammable. That's packed in there nicely. Let's just screw it back on. And let's take it down. So now that we have a fully loaded rocket motor, we can test it by igniting it. So first thing you want to do is you want to put the fuse in, just like that, and make sure it's pressed up really tightly. And then now you want to clamp one end of the control pad into that, and then like so. And then you want to make sure to step back a nice safe distance. Then insert the key, and you have to press down on the key, and since it's giving you the red light, you can go ahead and hold it. Why did it do that? Yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this project as much as I did, and maybe you can make this fuel on your own now.